Hi, and welcome to Elise Talks. Today we're going to talk about our mindset around stress and our awareness and understanding of what stress is doing for us and to us in our body. So last year I took a course with Stanford Medical, and I had the opportunity to dive into a part of the chapter on stress mindsets and why we feel stress and why we have some of the attitudes about stress that we do. Something that was really interesting to me was this concept of we feel stress about things that are important to us. So not all of the times that we feel like, oh man, I just can't handle this, or I'm stressed out, or I'm exhausted. It's not always because something terrible is happening to us. I wanted to kind of run you through a typical Saturday in my life. So I'm very conscious of trying to keep Sunday as a day of rest for myself. I don't work that day. I spend time with my family. I try to just really keep all of my outside world activities to a minimum. It truly is my day of rest. So Saturdays, I'm usually quite hectic and busy. I usually get up on Saturday mornings. I have usually one client that comes and trains. I exercise myself. I'm wandering through the house, seeing what needs to be cleaned up and looked after that's kind of gathered over the week. I'm trying to clean. I'm trying to go and get groceries because that's the day too that I prep for the whole rest of the week. And that has a whole set of other worries, right? Like I'm trying to plan so that I have meals and be organized, and making sure that each person in my family, there's 6 of us, including myself, has all their requirements. So then quite often once I've assessed all of those needs, I run off to the grocery store, which Saturday afternoon, I probably should check myself and do it another day because that's like the worst day. And I usually, what I find happens to me is around 3 or 4 o'clock in the afternoon, usually about the time I'm coming home from the grocery store, I start to have this pain and irritation in the kind of to the one side of my neck and underneath my left-hand shoulder. And I used to think to myself, there's something wrong. I'm going to have to call, I'm going to have to make an appointment with my chiropractor, or maybe I need to go have an adjustment. I don't know what I have to do about this, but this is always a problem. And obviously something's wrong and something's out. And what I've learned over the last little while, becoming more aware of what my body is doing to react to stress, is I've realized this is my stress muscle. Now, is it possible that there is some sort of muscular imbalance and I probably need to have some maintenance done of some sort? Absolutely. And I do still go and take care of those things. But by dialing in my awareness of what my body is actually doing and how it's actually reacting has been fascinating. So here's another element of who I am. I am always very conscious of don't waste the time, keep moving, get things done. And I want my rest time or my downtime to really be something that's more about something I really enjoy, or I have to do, or I want to do, not have to do, to pamper myself. So around this time when I'm starting to get this really strained feeling in the bottom of my neck and my shoulder, the only way to solve this is to actually lay down. And I will find myself in this funny place where I'll lay down and I'm on the couch usually, or sometimes I'm on the floor with a little tennis ball back there. And anybody in my family that walks in, I'm like, oh, I'm not having a nap. I'm that muscle in my neck's bothering me. It's my stress muscle. And I've kind of come to this conclusion, why am I justifying that downtime? It's all these kind of funny things about your personality, about who you are, the quirks you have that start to cue you in. So I've realized I don't need to apologize to take that downtime. And I've realized that I'm feeling that stress and that response about something or some things or the day that's about creating space in the next day for me. So they're not negative tasks. Looking after my home, looking after my family, making sure things for my business have been tied up for the week. Those aren't negative things. They're not the kind of things that leave me feeling frustrated or angry or that I feel are happening to me for an unjustified reason. They're not the kind of things that necessarily, for me personally, create burnout or have that tired but wired feeling where I just can't shut it off. They're positive things that in my life are necessary and have to get done, right down to the listening to the message, to the cue of laying down and stopping. Now, how many areas in your life are you perhaps running into physiological responses? Like, so the message that your body is sending you in that moment. Are you a person who you clench your teeth or you get headaches or you're furrowing? I have a friend who says, I'm like this all the time. Whatever it is, I feel like awareness is like the mega superpower. Like it's really like stopping and figuring out, why do I feel this way? What is my body trying to tell me? If knowledge is power, then awareness is superpower. Okay. So what I'm trying to drive home here is this point. Not all stress is bad. Have a look at the stresses in your life. Have a look at the way you feel about some of the things that you quote unquote feel stressed out about, and assess whether they're things of value, because sometimes changing your mindset on why that stress is happening can make a very powerful shift for you personally. Especially if you understand, like I do, that motivation of like, yeah, but I'm freeing up my Sunday. My Sunday is going to be open to do things with my kids and my husband, to go visit my mom, to go do the things I want to do, or to worship peacefully, whatever it is that you want to do with that day or that thing you're preserving. The other mindset is to open up that awareness to what your body is telling you. I will be putting a meditation on the Russell Wellness Group site that is on focusing. It's kind of like a stress awareness body scan that will give you the chance to quiet your mind if you've got some meditation practice and pay attention to where you're feeling that stress and be mindful of it. The more you're aware, the more in those moments you can stop and mitigate some of that irritation. And I want to say, do it without apologizing. Like, you don't have to be the overachiever that I am, where I'm like, I'm not resting. Really, I'm not falling asleep. Just acknowledge that it's for you and that it's taking care of you and that it's managing the good and the bad stress, because you can have that response for the bad stress too. But open up the mind to those possibilities, to the biases you have about it, to where you're feeling it, what you need to do to take care of it, and give yourself permission to move into that space of a more positive mindset, a more proactive reaction to stress, and see how you do, see how you feel. Totally worth the effort. Great set of learning skills there that can play out into the rest of your life, trust me, and just worth giving a try and being aware of it. All right, so I hope that helps. I hope you will give it a shot. Let me know, put some comments on this, or you can reach me at elise@russellwellnessgroup.com and send me a note. I'm always happy to hear some feedback, and take care of yourself, okay? Even the good stress is still stress. Take care of yourself, look after yourself, be aware of what you need, and I promise it's gonna make everything more valuable and the experiences in life you have more enriched and balanced. Okay? Take care and have a great day.